Hi, I'm Dimitri. Woo! I mean, Bobby's out. What's up?
What's up? Crap, I forgot how to record.
Mima!
Yeah!
Yes! Hipster Yuka.
We got a couple of Facebook groups that you can go to find where we are. We are a part of the Midwest Touhou group.
Yeah!
So, who all here is part of the Midwest Touhou group?
Yes!
So, in Animoto, we are the group that does all of the panel-based things. So, kind of just look everywhere, and then there's the Touhou Wikia if you need to look up information. So, let's get started with this game demo.
Yeah!
Featuring Seidra Kiji.
Okay, who was the one that won the thing? That
All
guy.
right, come on up.
Do you need a controller or a keyboard?
I think I know what's gonna go.
Good luck.
Oh, we're supposed to win.
We did a thing in the We'll survive.
Okay.
Hey Dimitri.
15 minutes?
Say hi to YouTube.
My camera's a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then press that button again after
Is it working? Yeah. Eventually.
There we go.
My next question is going to be smiles.
Pyro Marissa! Pyro! 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 No! Oh. Yes! Oh no! Use focus! Use focus! Wow. Oh.
Come on, get ready. I feel like staying there after I played her and I saw her call that stick out like, oh my god, no. Oh, like this is hot. And then she was giant. Come on! Yeah, that was apparently the old tab is switched from that to the old tab.
Hey, can you tell him to use focus? He's not using focus at all. Like, oh yeah, he's using focus. All right, good. All right, because he was not using focus earlier. Yeah. Whack her with that shit. All right. Aw.
There we go.
Time for you and Mommy's out. Mommy's out. Yep, you got it. Yeah, we're going to be kind of migrating around a little bit. So just talk about what's on the information side.
Okay. Well, I guess I should probably talk. I mean, as soon as Mamizo gets over here.
Start talking.
Okay, I'm starting to talk. Well, there's some new stuff that came out there's some stuff that came out if you count. Well, basically Touhou's 13.5 and 14, double dealing character and Hopeless Masquerade, non-lateral order, and Forbidden Scrollery. Mamizo, want to say any more?
I'm in Hopeless Masquerade and I'm the best character in it. So.
Yeah, right.
Also, my Mamizo is also in Forbidden Scrollery and she has a human form there. And it's really good.
Yeah. Well, we should probably get talking to the gameplay about it, shouldn't we?
Yes.
Okay then. Well, Hopeless Masquerade was another fighter that was made by Tasagari from. Oh wait, I guess I'll start with Hope. Well, it was made by Tasagari Frontier, and it's basically a fighting game. By the way, go look up Psychic Force, an old fighting game called Psychic Force. You'll know the gameplay immediately because it plays like that. But anyway, this is one of the new characters in the game. Hata no Kokoro has a crap ton of masks.
Yeah.
All right, just wanted. Anyway, basically, she's basically yokai and all. She can manipulate. She can manipulate emotions around her.
She pretty much goes crazy in the middle of a religious war.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Some of its gameplay. Oh, were you gonna switch or? Huh? Okay. Well, as far as the gameplay goes, you'd have like three sort of religious sort of styles called Taoist, Buddhist, and Shinto. I remember. I mean, sure, I haven't played it much, but I remember that some of them like gives you like different sort of like boosts and all if you maxed out your popularity meter. And we can just switch to the next panel. As you see, this is double dealing character.
Yeah. Where's the dog?
We also got a mermaid, a werewolf, and a double hand this time.
I love you, Rika. I love you, Murray.
Anyway, as you see, these are the bosses of double deal. the main bosses of double dealing character. Let's see, and it's also the 14th mainline Touhou game that was released. Though I hear a certain Ice Fairy returns as well.
Yes.
We have a nice guy here.
Oh, we got today.
All right. Though the real evil of double dealing, though basically there was like one like evil person that was actually really evil with double dealing character. His agent.
Say, can you guys guess who the real bad guy was in double dealing character? There you go. AKA who we just fought. It's always Rainbow though.
Yes, because he's trying to extort stuff for her shrine.
Yeah.
Yes, she's kind of a bitch. Anyway, to read this more, basically another person, Shinmyo Maru, convinced her to use that miracle mallet that basically meant that the order of power would probably be reversed. Then that hammer is also used to grant the wishes of the wielder. And it cannot be used by anyone. So think Thor of Marvel. Yeah, okay.
You can also bring life to things.
A neat little note about double dealing character is could be classified as a new arc for Touhou. This is what the third major arc so far. The first few games were kind of unrelated, just Reimu going out fighting random people because she's just what she does. Then he moved on to like the Mountain of Faith arc, which every game was directly a sequel to the other one, where the other previous games were kind of like episodes. However, Double Dealing Character doesn't really have any obvious immediate ties to 13. So this, like I said, it could be a new arc. So the next game could potentially be unrelated to Double Dealing Character or follow it up immediately. So that's a neat little fact to know about the newest game so far.
Okay, next slide.
All right. Oh yeah. I guess I can go Forbidden Scrollery. So Forbidden Scrollery is the next current manga. While the Horned Hermit is still currently ongoing, but Forbidden Scrollery is the new one right now. It's mainly following its own storyline, but it also is covered a little bit after the events of Hopeless Masquerade. Mommy Zhao makes a wonderful appearance. She is kind of going along with our new character from the manga, Motori Kosusu, and she is actually just a plain old human, but she recently awakened the power to read any deciphered text. A lot of the problems that arise in Forbidden Scrollery is because she has demon texts. These demon texts are written by yokai, and they have a lot of power in them that aren't really supposed to be let out. So our favorite Tanaki here goes about trying to help her, while Reimu tries to not show this person off as a yokai instead of a human. Motori just thinks that she is a human. So that's what's going on in Forbidden Scrollery. It is still ongoing, and the next release for the second volume is February 20th of this year.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
20th of February.
Yes. So, in both Hopeless Masquerade and Double Dealing Character, there are a lot of yokai called Tsukumogami. Well, what's Tsukumogami? They're a specific kind of yokai that is a object. Any object that is left alive for about 100 years, it gains a soul. One of the most well-known in our series is Kogasatara, who is a Karakasa Obake. That's technically the first one we know of. You could argue that Medicine Melancholy is also a Tsukumogami, but she is not directly stated to be. But you can always just say that she is. I do. Yeah. In Hopeless Masquerade, we do get Kokoro, and she is a specific type of Tsukumogami called a Menreiki. A Menreiki is made of the 66 null masks. 66? Yes, there's 66 null masks based off of the legend, which I will actually get to later. With Double Dealing Character, we got 3 new Tsukumogami. Yeah. We got the Tsukumo sisters, Bin Bin and Yatahashi. They are a... Oh my goodness, what are they? We got a Biwa Boku Boku and a Koro... Oh my goodness, I can't see where my words are.
You mean the Biwa?
Yeah, it's a Biwa and a Kodo, but the name of the Tsukumogami is the Biwa Boku Boku, and a...
Menreiki?
No, not the Menreiki, it's Kodo something, I can't remember right now. Yeah.
It's a drum.
So, no, in the drum, I actually could not find the name of the drum, which is Raiko Horikawa. Yeah! Raiko has such a good theme. So, and Raiko is our last Tsukumogami of the group.
Wow. Hi Andrew, Macy, how's it going?
So I already said that these nomads are related to history, and actually the person that Shinmyo is based off of is a man by the name Isunboshi, also known as the 1-inch boy. And then there's also Prince Shotoku, who is also based on Soa. So, this is Shinmyo Sukuna and an image from the 1-inch boy. Shinmyo is stated to be a direct descendant of Isunboshi, but she did not actually have any of the knowledge of any of the inchlings. That is why Seija was able to convince her to do all of this weird stuff. The needle, the bowl, her mallet, that is all taken from the story of Isunboshi. He is said to have a needle for a sword, a bowl for a hat, and then this mallet that he won from an ogre. Next, we have Toyo Sanamimi no Bana. It is based off of Prince Shoku. Prince Shoku is a legendary man who was crucial to the spread of Buddhism throughout Japan. He was actually directly related to the Soga clan, which was ruling at the time of his birth, and his clan was rivals with the Mononobe clan. As you might recognize a couple of those names, that's Toji no Soga and Mononobe no Futo. And now we have Hana no Kokoro. She gets her name and a lot of her stuff from a man by the name of Hana no Kawakatsu. And he was actually ordered by Prince Shoku to do these 66 dances. These 66 dances, he had 66 different max for. These became the actual first Kagura dancers, which then became the No dances spread throughout Japan today. And that is what she is a Tsukumogami of. And then we have Byakuren Hijiri.
Yeah.
It is stated that her younger brother goes by the name of Myoren. Myoren was an actual real Buddhist monk. He is mentioned in several stories. The main one he is mentioned in is it talks about a woman coming up and wanting to make sure that he is okay. It is stated that this young priestess is who Byakuren is based off of. Myoren does not have any official appearance, but Zen has actually stated that he is to look like an old man, much like how he appears in the stories that he comes from. When UFO was being created, he was actually intending for Myoren to be the final character, the final boss, but it's kind of weird to have an old man as the last stage boss of a character full of girls.
That's true.
So, that's all of our crazy info.
Woo! Shout out to you pronouncing everything. This happens. This thing that I hate.
Oh yeah, speaking of Zune, so the thing with Myoren is, I believe it was a legend that was like centered around near where Zune grew up. So that's probably why you put it in a story. In any case, so Anime Weekend Atlanta. I suppose there's an obvious reason why we're talking about another con, because Zune was there as a special guest. Just as a survey, who all went to Anime Weekend Atlanta? Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good number of people. So Zune was there, and he had a couple of panels. Let's see. There was a question and answer panel, and he answered a few different questions about, some of them were, would you localize Touhou for a Western release on Steam? And surprisingly, he did not say no. He said he was considering it.
He likes.
Yeah, he likes the idea of it. There's no talks currently, so don't get your hopes up too high, but it's not impossible.
If he puts it on Steam, you better get TF2 hats.
Oh, yeah.
He also neither confirmed nor denied the fact that PC98 characters would reappear, which is pretty awesome.
What he actually said about PC98 is that because someone asked him about the canon, how canon the PC98 was to the Windows era. He did not discount that the PC98s are still related to canon. He just wanted people to look at his more recent works for the canon of Touhou, since early Touhou canon is a lot different from current Touhou canon.
No promises me.
Yeah. So it's assume PC98 is canon unless there's something that contradicts it in newer stuff. Which, you know, you can go with. Let's see, what else was there? Oh, there was... Yeah, American food. He said the portions, the size of the food part of American food was too small, or too big, and the size of the beer was too small.
Of course he'd say that.
Of course he'd say that.
I love this man so much.
But no, I think there was only one part in the entire con that I saw him, besides just walking around, that he did not have a beer in his hand. No, it was a panel, and one of the people asked, "Why don't you have a beer?" And he's like, "Nobody gave me any." He was pretty unhappy about it. So,
oh man, this never comes back.
Let's see what else. So there was also a pretty sweet scroll that a lot of artists in the Western Touhou fan base made this really, really long scroll with all the characters in it and various styles of the artists and presented it to him. He looked pretty happy with that. Let's see.
What's his favorite beer?
Kieran.
Kieran.
Yes, somebody, of course, that was a question asked. Yep.
How far gone do you think his liver is at this point?
It's probably, I don't know. He's immortal.
If he dies, just build Cyber Zoom.
We just build clones of Zoom.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so anyway, it was a fun time. Oh, and then he said he had a good time. The cosplayers were more male than he expected, but he got used to it after a while. He said it wasn't too bad. So it's definitely not out of the question that he may come to another panel or another con at some point in the future.
I'll be there.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I don't blame you. I had lots of random accidents that prevented me from coming.
We got a campaign to get.
I went there with a sprained foot.
My biggest dream is to meet him. I was so sad.
So other Bears fan related material. Is it still?
Just that there's a lot.
Yeah, one thing you must remember, there are sometimes, let me just say this, there are some times where
You must yell, "How Shokoken!" They say it in the first Touhou Labyrinth.
Yeah, this is actually the box art for the second Touhou Labyrinth, which came out at C84, if I recall seeing correctly. I was trying to see if there were any, like, I can't even try and start to look for new doujin, because doujin are just constantly released of all genre. A few new games came out. This one actually had box art, so I posted this. This is for the second Touhou Labyrinth, as stated already. And then music. In the time since we have last seen each other, we have had a Retaisei and 2 comic heads, C84 and C85, and a lot of music has been released since then.
And on top of that, it's just never ending. It's always neat and original. It's awesome stuff.
Pretty much any genre you can think of, there's a whole fan game in that genre.
Sandy Challenge Fusion.
Just so much.
Way too much. And you can never keep track of all of it.
And going on with fan material, the topic that everyone loves, the music.
Yeah!
So, Touhou music is
Orgasmic.
Good. The best, like, ever. Like, legitimately ever.
The story pretty much goes that Zune doesn't really have any formal teaching for how to write music. He just kind of went on his own and did it. He wanted to show off his stuff and didn't really have a means to do it, so he kind of incorporated it into when he was making his games. It was neat though because the original music was done on PC-98, which actually for the time had a lot of limitations, like you couldn't use chords. Which produced very interesting results, but everyone recognized it. And you want to do chords, you got to be able to do them throughout different tracks. It was insane. So moving on, PC-98 was actually a huge platform in Japan, even though like it never really came to America. It was like really similar to DOS. The interesting thing is when you look at the And with that, there's been music videos, whole anime movie videos, it's endless, and we're gonna show a new video straight out of C85, right?
Yeah.
What I want to know is, so the comments say what he was thinking when he was making the music. What I want to know is what he was making when he, what he was thinking when he drew Sakia's face.
What he was thinking when he drew his face.
Oh man, that's my word.
So,
He has some weird ideas.
Shout out to Touhou 14 where his art was actually
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Everyone has both left and right hands.
So, we present to you a Touhou music video.
This is amazing.
Oh my god, Touhou 3 is my favorite PC 98 game. I just died.
Yes.
All handmade.
As he kind of already stated, that was a PV by Soundholic. That was Phantasmagoria of Dim Dream.
Shout out to Twinkle Star Sprites. Yeah, I love that. Love that game.
Yeah, the Phantasmagoria games are based pretty heavily on Twinkle Star Sprites, which is another two-person shooter game. If you've played one, then you know exactly how to play Twinkle Star Sprites.
Yeah. On the Neo Geo.
This is like a moving into trivia.
Yep. Trivia time.
Yeah. So now we're on to our trivia. All right. So I'm just gonna. You answered, you get happiness. Okay, so, what location in Japan did Mademoiselle Tatsuya come from?
Yeah, you get it.
Sato.
Correct. Sato Island. All right, next.
Thanks.
In what location did the protagonists first encounter Koichi Komeiji? Kongara.
Moria Shrine.
Correct. Is Seisha, Kijin, and Oni? Do we have anyone else? Marissa?
No.
All right, what is she?
Oh, I can't remember what it was.
What
Off
is
my
she?
head.
Next
Can
time.
anyone tell us what Seisha Kijin is?
She's a Touhou.
Really?
Oh my god.
It's an Amanajaku, right?
Correct, Amina Jaku. All right. Who else wants to speak?
Who are some characters who officially changed their eye color?
Name a couple more. See if you can see how many you can name.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's changed her eyes a couple times. Okay, we'll take that. So, yeah, that's
Oh yeah, because you're me and
Has Marissa changed her eye color?
no, she's changed her hair color, but not her eye color.
Say it.
All right.
That was kind of a big one.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters. Yuka also has. She used to have green eyes.
We apologize for this question.
Oh, as a bonus question, there's one character, at least one I know of, that has two different sets of eye colors in the same game.
Gogasa?
Well,
Sets.
two sets. So like, her eyes are one color, and then later on they're another color. Oh yeah, I guess her eyes do change colors when she uses cards. Also, Yomu's eyes are different colors when she's as an enemy versus as a player character.
What are the names of Yomu's swords?
I can't remember.
Let's get that
Tenchi.
Ohayocon and wait. Shit.
You got
Say
this.
it again? Do it.
Ohayocon and the. Wait, I made the swords.
You got at least one of them. Anyone else know the other one?
Yeah, will you be the Rokon cat?
Yes.
I know you're paying, man. So at AWA, they asked that same question, and I had the swords in my hand. I was like, I know the answers, and they called somebody on the other side.
All right. What game is Io first appearing?
Let's get the rank.
Right.
Incorrect. Who can tell me otherwise? Man in the back. No, you. Yeah, you right there.
Oh, I know it was Touhou 9.5, but I forget.
No. Sine.
Phantasmagoria Flower View.
Thank you. She very first appears in Phantasmagoria Flower Review.
And she has a nickname of the Crow Slut.
Come on.
Okay, so this is kind of hard. So, who wants to give it a shot? Ellen, what is her full name?
Oh my god,
I just want to say, you win that one.
You win. Yeah.
Does anyone actually know?
Anyone want to take a shot? That's not just generous.
All right, let's show it. Oh,
Ellen
Fua something. You are so close. Okay, let's show it. She has a last name.
Fuatama.
Wait, there's more? Over, there was an A. She has Ellen Fuata, Tama, and then like A something. Like she has a last name.
Name never ever.
You say generous.
All right, if you can answer this question, you get a T-shirt. Who's the name of the man that slew the original Nue?
Dimitri?
Yes, Kangara.
The last name be sufficient, or?
Let's see if you can try and get the full name.
Nope. No, that was a strange bird, but it was
Can I
not
see
a bird.
Chihiro?
Wasn't it supposedly Nue?
It could have been, but it wasn't called.
I'm sorry.
Ginzami Yorimasa?
Yes. That is correct.
Correct.
Congrats! You win a shot and you shirt!
This person has two names. So this is like the historical name, but Zune in the spell card of Nue, it's called Ginzanmi Yorimasa.
Yep. So we would have accepted two different answers. All right. So that is our trivia. What is our time?
We have 15 minutes.
Well, we got 15 minutes. Well, that means that we have 15 minutes for question, answers, and discussions. This is actually very nice. So if anyone wants to ask any questions, has any questions about what we've done?
We also have some swag on the desk over here if you want to check
Yeah,
it
very
out.
small amount of swag. A lot of us forgot.
Swag, 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 swaggity.
Oh god.
All right, so Tenchi, you got a question?
Who's the best Touhou?
Me?
Oh.
Wait, no.
Alice.
It's Suika. It's Suika.
Alice.
No.
It's
Mima.
It's Suika.
It's Mima.
Actually, if we want to
We're
go
not
back-
having this discussion at this panel, okay?
Okay, if we want to go with like the Touhou popularity, then Reimu is pretty consistently at the top of the.
The vote is rigged.
Yeah.
Actual questions. Is there any actual questions that? Huh?
Photo shoot stuff.
Oh yeah. Today at 3 o'clock, we are having a Touhou photo shoot. Technically, this photo shoot is located in the lower atrium, but we are relocating to the Franklin stairwell. So if you see, the Franklin rooms upstairs, kind of off to the side past the bagel place, there's a stairwell back there and the big white wall. That is where we're going to be having our photo shoot today.
Because of ponies.
Yes.
Down again.
Yeah, hopefully we won't get forcefully moved like we were yesterday.
Oh, that was so
Shut up to stupid security.
Any questions? Any continuity questions? Any fandom related questions?
Comments?
Are we gonna do photo?